I would like to start this video off by saying that everybody who was concerned or just saying that 2K26 was going to be trash when it launched, you are wrong. Nah, but in all seriousness, this game does have a serious issue that we need to discuss. Everybody pretty much knows about the monetization, the live service slop, and how the ringside pass is just stupid. I mean, you can't possibly defend that. We already know about that. I have personally yapped about it in about 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 videos. Instead, I want to focus on the gameplay. I'm not here to talk about a specific glitch or bug. I'm talking about a specific mechanic that they introduced. In WWE 2K26, there's a sort of new, I don't know if you want to call it a new stamina system or new reversal system, a combination of the two. But if you've played any of the matches by now, or if you just simply watched it, at some point you've most likely seen the yellow bar, the yellow stamina bar or whatever, and then it just slowly drain. Well, not even slowly, it'll just rapidly drain, and then it becomes purple. Once it's purple, you cannot run, you cannot reverse. You can only hope that you can just swing and that the person does not hit you first, because you are absolutely screwed. And I've seen a few people, only a small minority on Twitter, and they're like, well, I think it's good. It adds a skill gap into the game. You know, people can't really cheese. And I really hate to be that guy, but I'm going to be him. I don't think you should cater to a small minority of players who just aren't good enough to either A, learn how to reverse on time, or B, learn the reversal animations. I mean, because let's just be honest, a lot of the animations in this game have been the same animations for what, 6 or 7 years by now. You should be able to know when that triangle prompt, when that X prompt, you know, whatever console, you should know when that prompt is going to come up, and you should press the button to reverse. I'll give you a story. When I was a kid, like 11 or 12, I played WWE 13 online, and I was getting absolutely hammered. I remember it like it was yesterday. My very first match, I want to say it was a fatal 4-way, and I got jumped. They absolutely destroyed me, and you know, it made me upset, but it taught me to learn how to actually play the game. And it got to the point that maybe within a week, I turned into a sweat. WWE 13, WWE 2K14, I was a literal demon. Everybody loves to talk about Game 6 Jordan, or you know, 3-1 Braun, or let's see, Undertaker at WrestleMania. I was all of that, because once I got the hang of it, I was a demon. You could jump me, I was going to reverse everything, and then I was just going to whoop your ass, because that is skill. There was a time also during that period where even when I was at this level, I would play guys who were also on that same amount of level where they could just pretty much reverse everything. And I didn't go, oh, this is unfair, man. I wish the game would limit him from not being able to reverse. No, it made me want to be able to get good enough to do the same thing. And it's like, you know, I'm not even tripping if it was like a WWE 2K16. I think, was it 17? I can't remember which of the games that they stopped it at, but where you had a limited amount of reversals, because some people will try to argue that this is a skill gap because it quote unquote want to emphasize a more strategical use of your stamina. And in theory, yeah, it sounds good on paper when you say that, but in practice, no. Now, I can honestly see it, even though I wasn't a fan of it. I can see a limited number of reversals actually being considered skill, because then you knew that you still could reverse. You just had to save it. With this purple stamina bar, it doesn't work like that. If you're on offense and you're just hammering on your opponent, your bar is gonna drain. And then it also still stacks with the stun bar. So why in the hell are there two systems in this game that's gonna stop me from being able to reverse? That makes no sense. I don't know what the hell you guys were thinking of when you had this meeting discussing, like, well, I think a few ideas for the gameplay. I think the players would really love it if, you know, the stamina drains even quicker, and then they can't run, they can't reverse. And what's really got me pissed off about it is that I lost the main event of WrestleMania because of this dumbass feature. I had Seth Rollins cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase during the match between Roman and CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. I was recording something for Universe Mode, which, plug, Universe Mode video will be dropping soon. But I had him cash in, and so obviously I'm in it to win the match. But what happened was the sequence followed. CM Punk hit me with a swinging neckbreaker. And then at some point, Roman just picks me up, hits me with a Uranagi. Then he spears Punk, and Roman wins the match and wins the championship. Well, let's look at it from this point of view of common sense. If I could have reversed, I could have either A, reversed Punk's swinging neckbreaker, or B, I could have reversed Roman's Uranagi. Wow! Oh my god! And it's what makes no sense is the only way for you to quote unquote combat this feature is by turning off stamina, or excuse me, turning on infinite stamina, which if you do that, you're going to kill your experience with the game because you will no longer get the tired finishers, which anyone who plays these WWE games know the tired finishers were one of the coolest things that 2K ever implemented. Shawn Michaels sweet chin music and the guy collapses, an avalanche angle slam, and then your guy just crawls desperately to make the cover. And one of the things that I even complimented them on with this game in my first impressions video is that in this game, if you're tired, when you do a move sometimes, your wrestler would just simply collapse because they are just too weak to stand up. Guess what? You have to turn on infinite stamina to avoid the purple stamina bar of death. You will no longer get these epic moments. You'll no longer get these dramatic finishers, the dramatic conclusions. The whole concept, one of the biggest points of sports entertainment is you have the dramatic finishes. You won't get it because you have to turn on infinite stamina to avoid this dumbass mechanic. I don't know what they were thinking in that meeting when they were coming up with ideas for this game. Nobody asked for this. Nobody in the world asked for this. And again, man, I could see if the bar worked in a way as it penalizes you. Because guess what? If you're on too much, if you're on the offensive, the bar is going to drain. If you reverse an attack, the bar is going to drain. But when you miss a reversal, the bar will drain. And so it's like, well, if it was simply for that aspect, then I could respect it and understand it. Because if you just miss a reversal, that's a skill issue. And I can't really get mad if they penalize you for that. But how in the hell are you going to penalize me because I'm beating the hell out of my opponent? I'm getting penalized for being good at offense, defense, and whenever I make a mistake. That does not make sense. And I'm pretty sure the devs, whoever came up with this idea, the gameplay director, whoever, you know that don't make no goddamn sense. I've also seen a lot of people discuss about how this is going to completely ruin my faction for the people who play my faction, because let's face it, the cards in the game suck ass. They probably won't drop anything decent probably until the end of the year or halfway through the game's life cycle. So you're going to be mostly stuck with cards that have basically no stamina. And I played a match. I booted it up, played a match just to see if it was as bad as people say. Keep in mind again, I'm in early access. I have the Attitude Era Edition. So I currently have the quote unquote best cards in the game. There was a moment I'm playing with Triple H 97, 98 or whatever. And I'm facing against Shinsuke Nakamura in the little weekly tower. He's like a 58 overall, and I'm sitting here watching the match. I'm beating him down, and I'm noticing how the bar is just completely depleting. Like, what the hell is this? And then, it will fill back up, and then 15, 20, 30 seconds later, it's back drained again. I noticed it in a match playing against the AI in exhibition mode. I think it was Julia versus BFAB, and I'm noticing that while I'm just beating the hell out of BFAB, the bar is just completely draining. The bar is just completely draining. So then I can't reverse any of BFAB's moves. So it doesn't make any sort of sense. You're just screwing up the entire gameplay, which again, it sucks because this game has some refreshing gameplay. But this right here, it just throws it all into the drain. Arguably the stupidest take that I saw. I'm not even going to put it in the video because I don't want to single out this random dude. This one guy was like, well, I'm glad that they put it into the game because, the reversals in AEW Fight Forever were ridiculous. People were just spamming them. My brother in Christ, there is absolutely no way you just compare the reversal system in AEW Fight Forever to the reversal system in WWE 2K. If this was a game like WWE Battlegrounds, if this was Wrestling Empire, any of those style of games, I could see that case. But in AEW Fight Forever, you literally didn't even have to time it. You just had to spam the button. So that was kind of the point. So what the hell does it have to do with the reversals in WWE 2K? Like, do you play the games? What? Do you have a functioning brain? What? Do you have any sort of brain activity? What? 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 And I really guarantee you that if it hasn't happened yet, there's going to be somebody who plays this game. They're having a great time. They're having a great match. Let's say it's an online match. And then they are going to lose because of this feature. And there is no way that you can argue that it was some sort of a skill gap. Because again, if I'm whooping my opponent's ass, the bar drains. If I get a reversal when my opponent swings, the bar drains. If I mistime a reversal, which is a skill issue and that's on me, the bar drains. And then guess what? You're just opening it. You're just free falling this hack. Somebody could just basically sit there and hold the finisher. Or some, just hold it. Hold whatever they got. Let you just whoop their ass and then they just somehow sporadically get a reversal off. They know you can't get one off. Then you are screwed. Is that really what the state of this game has become? And if you disagree, then that's your business. Honestly, I really want to know. Let me know in the comment section. Do you disagree? Do you like this? What's your whole take on this feature? If you somehow like it, I'm really honestly, I want to hear why. But, that's enough rambling. That's enough yapping. I don't know if it's because I just got done lifting weights. But I feel like I can keep going on about this for 100,000 years. I could keep going on about this as long as Voyager would continue to be in space. Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. That's just how riled up I am about this. So I gotta stop. But either way, your boy signing out, man. But damn, if you're new to the channel, man, go ahead and super kick that like button. Go ahead and give a Superman punch or a spear like the OTC to the subscribe button. We got a lot of stuff on the way, man. Toxic Commando on the way. Twitch streams coming back. Whole lot of WWE 2K26 stuff. Got a lot playing. I'm signing out.